What if I told you that I had a side hustle that you could get started with today that has a relatively low upfront investment? In fact, I would say incredibly low upfront investment, and one that you can get started with that doesn't require a degree, that you can get started with whether you're a teenager, an adult, a senior, whatever the case is, you can get started with this one. And the best part is it's part of a 7.9 billion with a B dollar industry. And no, I'm not talking about a pyramid scheme.
All right.
No, how is this not a pyramid scheme?
All right, let me explain it again.
Well, I have a really cool side hustle that I want to talk about in this video, and it's one that I think all of us have been sleeping on a bit. So let's get started. Did you know that in 2019, there was 2 million active vending machines in the United States, and cumulatively, these vending machines made $7.9 billion in revenue. Now, that number is just absolutely mind-boggling to me. Whenever I was researching for this video, I could not believe the numbers that the vending machine industry is pulling. Now, starting a vending machine business is a very real and I think very applicable side hustle for anybody that wants to make some extra income. And that's exactly what I'm going to be breaking down in this video. I'm going to be talking about what a vending machine side hustle entails. I'm going to be talking about some cool facts and figures that I think you'll find interesting. I'm going to be giving you some tips and tricks on how you can get started with this side hustle if you want to pursue it yourself. But before we dig in, if you guys could do me a huge favor, and if you could hit the like button and hit the notification bell for the YouTube algorithm, I would greatly appreciate it. This helps my channel grow and it helps let YouTube know that you guys are enjoying my content, thus pushing it out to a new audience. Now, we've all seen vending machines. They are in hospitals, they're in airports, they're in manufacturing plants, they are at mechanic shops, they're basically everywhere. But I don't know about you, but I very rarely, if ever, buy from a vending machine. I think the last time I purchased something from a vending machine was at an airport at midnight about a month ago. But before then, I think it had been years since I purchased stuff from a vending machine. But the reality of the situation is that vending machines are very, very popular, especially depending on where they are placed. And because of this popularity and because of the need in some situations, vending machines can be an incredibly lucrative side hustle. Now, how a vending machine side hustle works is it basically is where somebody purchases a vending machine, whether that vending machine is new or if you get it used on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace. But you purchase that vending machine and then you work out where you're going to place it. You can contact local businesses, local hospitals, local institutions, and work out a deal where you can place your vending machine there, and then you can end up getting customers that are visiting that business. Now, the way that it works whenever you're trying to find a place to place your vending machine is there are a few different scenarios that can play out. Number one is that some businesses will allow for you to keep your vending machine at their business for free. This is because some businesses have value in having their customers stick around the business for longer. And if you have an avenue to provide snacks or drinks to those people, there's a better chance that they won't leave and go run errands or go out to eat or go do something else. They'll stick around wherever they need to be longer if they have access to those things. And so there is an advantage to having a vending machine there. And some businesses don't want to worry or don't want to have to deal with this vending machine themselves. So the idea of having a vending machine owner manage the vending machine is something that is very much a win-win situation. The second scenario that could work out is you pay a small flat fee rent for putting your vending machine in their business. Maybe a business owner will charge you a couple $100 in order to keep your vending machine at that location. Maybe it'll be $50, maybe $75. It would really depend on the location and how prime of a spot it is for that vending machine. And number three is some businesses will charge you a percentage of revenue for your vending machine business. So for example, a business may say, hey, yeah, you can keep your vending machine here, but we get 20% of your gross revenue or 20% of your profit or however you work that out. Now, there are a lot of different ways you could creatively get a vending machine placed in a location, but probably the best route to go down is to simply cold call or cold visit different businesses in your area and see if they would be interested in getting a vending machine. Then from there, it really is just about stocking your vending machine. According to some of the sources that I found online, the vast majority of vending machine owners actually just get their product from Costco or Sam's. Costco and Sam's is a super cost-efficient way to buy things in bulk. You simply have to buy a yearly membership and then you're good to go. Now, the really cool thing about the vending machine industry is that it is a surprisingly large industry, $7.9 billion. That is nothing to laugh at. And the fact is that the vending machine industry is comprised of just overwhelmingly small independent workers. It's not full of large corporations like many other industries out there are. In fact, according to a really cool survey done by The Hustle, there is no single entity that owns more than 5% of the entire vending machine industry. So it really, truly is full of small business owners. If we dive deeper into the survey, you can see here that 67.1% of all vending machine owners make less than 1 million per year, which isn't surprising. I would probably expect for that to be the figure. But I think that what is extremely surprising is the fact that there are actually quite a lot of vending machine operators that are making millions of dollars per year. 16.5% of operators make between 1 million and 4.9 million. 7.1% make between 5 and 9.9 million, and 9.4% make more than 10 million per year. If we go a little bit deeper into this survey, you can see the exact breakdown of what products are being sold most successfully in vending machines. Now, this is again done by The Hustle. If you're interested in checking this out yourself, I will include a link to this down in the description below because it is absolutely fascinating to me. But you can see here that 38.7% of all vending machine goods sold are snacks and food. So things like candy bars, chips, snacks, crackers, things like that. And on top of that, 33.7% of vending machine goods that are sold are beverages, so things like sodas, things like energy drinks, waters, those types of items. 12.6% of all goods sold consist of bulk candies. 7.9% consist of healthy food options, so things like apples, fruits, sandwiches, healthy wraps, things like that. And lastly is 7.1%, which consists of others, so things that isn't really food or candy. Now then, this brings us into my other point that I wanted to talk about, which is like bringing us to the next level of mind-bogglingness with this type of side hustle, is the fact that you can truly sell anything in a vending machine. And doing research for this video, I found a number of really odd things that are being sold all over the world in the form of vending machine items. First was live crabs and live goldfish, which, if I'm being honest, kind of breaks my heart and it makes me really sad to think about, so we won't go into detail on that. But in addition to live animals, there are truly things that are just all over the spectrum. There's engagement rings, there are medications, there are in some countries used undergarments that are sold through vending machines as well. So there is truly something for everyone in the world of vending machines. So whenever it comes to where these vending machines are placed, like I mentioned earlier, many businesses can benefit from having a vending machine at their location. So if you just approach them, there is a chance that they will accept your offer with open arms. But if we look at the statistics given to us by The Hustle, we can see that 30.2% of all vending machines are found in manufacturing facilities. You can also see that 25.4% are found in offices and 12.7% are found in hotels. Now, I would be interested to see is if the reason why there's so many vending machines in these three locations, is it because the vending machines that are already there are doing extremely well, or have the vending machines at this point oversaturated the market? And with somebody who's wanting to get into the vending machine game, would they be better served going to some of those like lower served areas? For example, bars and clubs make up only 3.6% of total vending machine locations, military bases make up 4.7%, and hospitals surprisingly only make up 6.2%. Now, unfortunately, when it comes to setting expectations of how much you can make in a vending machine side hustle, there are a ton of variables that come into play, and it's very difficult to give you an accurate expectation. Where you place your vending machine is, of course, going to be the biggest factor. A really busy manufacturing plant is going to garner more than a small office building. So where you put your vending machine is factor number one. You need to really make sure you put it in the right place. Number two is going to be what types of items are you selling? I mean, a vending machine selling engagement rings is probably going to make more than a vending machine selling 50-cent gumballs. So the product that you're selling is, of course, going to also play a huge factor. And then lastly, the question of, well, how much money can I actually take home and put into my pocket? That's going to be dictated by how much you actually spend on the goods that you're putting in your vending machine. So whenever you're looking at the money potential and how much you can make, how much it'll cost you, what the exact numbers are, there are simply too many factors here to really give an accurate number. But according to The Hustle, they surveyed a number of vending machine operators, and according to their data, the average vending machine makes about $309 per month. And off of this roughly $300, the general profit margin is about 40%. This is taking into account things like your cost of goods, as well as any additional expenses that you may have come up with your vending machine, at least on like a standard basis. So that means that if you have a vending machine, you could expect to take home about 40% of the total revenue that the vending machine brings in. Now, I know that $300 per month isn't a ton of money, but for a side hustle that's pretty passive, I think that that's a really great return, especially when you start to look at used machines that you can find on Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist. Whenever I was doing research for this video, I found a lot of machines that were under under $2,000. And whenever I looked a little bit deeper, I found machines that were even under $1,000. And whenever you look at that from an ROI perspective, you can have that entire thing paid off in a matter of a couple of months. That is extremely, extremely good, especially when it comes to passive side hustles. All in all, I think that the vending machine side hustle is a really, really interesting side hustle to start. I'm not gonna lie, this video got me a bit excited because just about 3 weeks ago, I was telling HP that I thought that we should start a vending machine side hustle. And his response was that we already had too much on our plate and we didn't have time to start a vending machine side hustle. But maybe once we get caught up with all of our Turo cars and all of the stuff we have going on right now, maybe I can convince him to start our own side hustle setting up vending machines in the Dallas area. Like always, I hope that you found this video helpful. If you have any questions, comments, if you have anything to add, I would love to hear it. So make sure to leave a comment down below. And while you guys are at it, make sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit the notification bell. And I will see you guys in the next video.